If you're cooking a burger and you're actually using a frozen patty like that, and on top of it you're using some prepackaged buns, you're doing it all wrong. If you think you make it easy on yourself at actually using a frozen burger at home, especially if you're coming home after a busy day, I think it's so wrong. I even have a hard time touching it, not even thinking of cooking it. They're freezing burned, they're completely dry, they're probably grinded 2 years ago, and that's what you're ending up in your house. So of course now, if you're not going for the frozen one, you're thinking probably doing the right thing and actually buying some fresh ground meat. For example, the one that I have right here, it's nice, bright red, very fresh, but it's extra lean. There's no fat in it. No fat, no flavor, it's a boring burger. Never season the meat ahead of time, because what the salt actually does to the burger, it starts on curing the meat, the texture is not the same, you are ruining your burger. Another big mistake, do not overheat or underheat the skillet. If you underheat the pan and you put actually the burger into the oil, it will not sear, therefore the burger doesn't seal and you will lose the juices from the burger. If you overheat the pan and you put the burger down, that burger will never cook, not even to the medium rare or medium side. The outside will be already burned. Never toast the bun too early, because they only get stale and rubbery. And the final mistake that I see people doing is cooking these burgers and then really pushing it down on the grill. And what you're actually doing there is squeezing out all the juices from the burger. The result, you're ending up with a thin patty, very dry, on a soggy bun. That's so wrong. Now I'm going to show you the right way how to do the best burger. First of all, you have to pick the freshest meat. Fat in a burger is so important because not only it adds flavor to the burger, but also it adds that moistness. Look for some coarsely ground meat, or buy a piece of meat and go to the extra work. Actually, you slice it by hand. Always think about using a nice piece of chuck or maybe some strip steak. And then of course the ultimate would be then the Kobe beef, where really is the highest in fat content. And as you make your patty, be adventurous. Really think a little bit out of the box, mixing some ingredients into that ground meat. For example, some soaked mustard seeds, some fresh herbs, some sauteed mushrooms. When you're shaping the burger, always use a little bit of water on your hand. So first of all, the burger and the meat doesn't stick on your fingers, and you perfectly can shape that burger. Stuffing that burger either with a little bit of blue cheese, which really is going to work really well, or what I like to do also, having a little bit of leftover short ribs, for example. I put the short ribs in the center of the burger. That brings like the burger to a whole different other level. Don't even think on using olive oil. Use some canola oil who really supports nicely the heat. And how do you know that actually your pan is really to the right temperature? Is when the oil smokes slightly. So searing the burger is probably the most important step. You put the burger in the oil. Searing it means you seal it, and by sealing it means all the juices are staying inside. Think about cooking it like a steak. Before serving it, let it rest a little bit so that the juices inside the steak or the burger are distributed evenly. Now comes the fun part, actually assembling the burger. So you're starting with a bun. Always toast the bun at the last moment. That's how you get really the bread showing at its best. And what I like really is picking a bun like ciabatta, for example, which has a nice golden crust on top of it. Think about using a little bit of pesto. You can use the freshest tomatoes, of course, but you're really layering it up. You can push it to using a little bit of seared pineapple. You can use it caramelized onions. So really, the layers are endless. If you do all the steps right, you will end up with the ultimate burger.